Really was that a producer?
Two worlds collide, rival nations. It's a primitive clash, pitting years of frustration. Bravely we hope against all hope. There is so much at stake. Seems our freedom's up against the ropes. Does the crowd understand? Is it east versus west? Or man against man? Can any nation stand alone? In the burning heart, just about to burst, there's a quest for answers and a quenchable thirst. In the darkest night, rising like a fire.
Oh, that just ends while I am trying to tweet this out. Hey, everybody. It's me, the Mad to the Mardigan. Oh, no, Mad Cheesemo. Sorry, I was trying to tweet something out. Make sure you retweet it. Welcome to Wednesday Live, where
Tweet what exactly?
I tweeted out that we're going live.
Show? Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's Wednesday Live with Mad and Culture, and they do it dirty. It's like the dirty birds on the 50-yard line. That's a reference to a Ludacris song.
Sometimes you make it things uncomfortable.
It's good. You need to know your limits, and how will I ever know those limits if I don't test them? By the way, I'm glad that you learned something one man show, but I wouldn't repeat it. I did zero research. Wookie, one of our biggest supporters here at Mad Barber Entertainment,
Yes.
and he is always there to support us with it. Even though he's like really mean to me.
100% about the pandas, though.
True. It seems like a few people was able to check out the premiere of Mad Splanation, Animal
Panda
Kingdom.
Vision, baby. Panda Vision.
Have a fantastic Wednesday evening. Oh,
Oh,
thank
hi,
you.
Brianne and Makara. Hi, sweetie.
Carrie, hey Tina.
what's up, Carrie?
Damn it, I forgot to show that picture of the STD thing.
No.
The
I'm totally
quilt.
fine with
No,
you.
it was knitting. It was knitting.
I don't.
Hey, Nathan. Oh, sorry, Grant's here. All right, you can take over. But dang it, what was it? Oh, by the way, yeah, make sure you go check out that it's a 5-minute video. You can do 5 minutes. Everybody in the chat.
Yeah, and then check out my video. It's a 20-minute video. After the show. After the show.
And after the 5
Before
minutes.
Scott show.
Yeah, we do have the dump tonight. By the way, did you know I was on Jeff's channel last night?
Yeah. I had
Never heard of him?
Yeah, I've been on there a couple times. More than
Yeah,
a
me
couple.
too. Yeah,
I've been
on
there.
there. few times.
I should probably go hang out over there again. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that on Tuesday.
Well, we'll see about that. I'll have to talk to the boys. I'm the Coco host.
What boys?
Not officially. The world class bullshitter. But 20 minutes and 5 seconds. Lots of fun to edit. Oh, that was a shot to you. Anyway, so you want to get started with these articles?
Dude, are you trying to kill me this week?
No. It's not going to be anything. No, it's going to be. I'm going to go light. Like it's nothing too bad.
All right. Wow, my hair is starting to get long. I'm happy. I'm getting happy.
Random.
No,
Metaverse,
I had to actually brush my hair today. Several times.
Technically, it's a Coco host. There's like 4 of them, but I'm gonna start chipping away at that number. So it's just Jeff and me. All right, let's get started, shall we? You want to read the title or?
Lord of the Rings debunking the backlash against non-white actors in a new TV adaptation. Where the flip is this from?
The Wire.
English.
English.
So, so very, very Leftist. Okay. The diverse casting, which includes non-white actors playing an elf and a female dwarf, has caused an uproar in certain quarters of Tolkien fandom. No, in all of the actual fandom. The non-fandom is bullshit, which they've shown to be bullshit. These people did none research.
They looked at Twitter.
Clearly. J.R.R. Tolkien's much-loved fantasy, The Lord of the Rings, is a work of epic scale, portraying races of imaginary beings in a medieval-esque setting of Middle-earth, culminating in the battle of good against evil. Peter Jackson's film adaptations in the early 2000s established the iconography and aesthetics that many fans grew up with and consider almost sacred. Actually, the books themselves did that, you fucknuts. Now, Amazon's new adaptation of Tolkien's world is coming to our screens in September. Their adaptation of Tolkien's world, interestingly put.
Oh, it's on purpose.
The Lord of the Rings of Power. Recent reports, a newly released trailer have revealed more detail about plot lines, ramping up the anticipation. No, it's
I didn't get anything. I didn't get anything about the plot from that trailer.
Yeah,
Just Canadian fucking hobbits on the move,
wandering
into the unwandered,
and forbidden love. Yeah, but it is the diverse casting, which includes non-white actors playing an elf and female dwarf, which has caused uproar in certain quarters of Tolkien fandom. No, that's not what's causing the uproar, you fucktards. Some fans argue that Tolkien never described elves, dwarves, or hobbits as anything but white and claim that the casting is disrespectful to his books, but this argument is flawed in two ways. Well, really? What are they?
I can't wait.
These are imaginary creatures which are not always clearly described in the original books. Bullshit.
I'm not a Tolkienologist, right? But what I do know is that he was very meticulous in everything that he wrote, to the point of like describing the doorknob of some hut in Hobbit Land or whatever it was called, right? Like, I feel like
Shire.
Sure. I'm not a Tolkienologist. But I would think that when it comes to the way that the characters are described, he would put as much emphasis on that as he does the languages he made up for those characters. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know why he would skim on that part.
Let me continue on their poorly written article. Tolkien was more interested in metaphysical than biological questions. Well, because there were no questions around biology. Dumb fuck. Still, there is some evidence of dark-skinned elves and hobbits in drafts of the Silmarillion. Really? Show me those. And the prologue of The Lord of the Rings. Really? Show me that. I know that there are different creatures described.
They addressed that as well. By the way, I love that now we're counting drafts of the...
Apparently so. Second, even if Tolkien had specified that all elves, dwarves, and hobbits were white, you mean like his descriptions of the characters? It still wouldn't matter. Of course not, you fucking Marxist. Adaptations are original cultural products that can imitate, question, rewrite, or interpret source material in various ways. No, really, they are what you cultural locusts do. Each adaptation is a new text. No, it isn't. It is a derivative piece of garbage that should be soundly and roundly rejected. And each is an opportunity to update outdated and unacceptable tropes and then find ways to represent normalized non-white characters. No, there's no need to normalize any of that bullshit that didn't exist in the world.
We are starting off strong.
You said you weren't trying to kill me.
This was me going easy.
Reinventing Tolkien for the 21st century. No, just fucking use his material, you fucktards. An adaptation theory scholar. See, this is another fucking academic bull fucking piece of shit human being. Linda Hutchins.
Real quick, this is the first time I've ever heard of an adaptation theory scholar. That feels so made up.
It is.
I mean, they're all made up, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like recently.
As shown, adaptations offer the pleasure of repetition with variation. Wrong. For example, in the modern book from 2005, the Nigerian British actor, I don't have a care, whatever this person's name is, was cast as
Oyelowo.
Prometheus in the Greek tragedy, Prometheus Bound. Interesting. This version of the play presented audience with a black Prometheus in chains. Interesting. So I tell you what, I think we're going to remake Shaka Zulu as an all-white production. I think that's the plan. Let's do that.
I'm gonna have to pass, but I'm intrigued to see how it comes out. I don't even really like saying Zakalulu.
Shaka Zulu?
Either or.
Why?
By the way, I do think Four Feathers was a better movie than what I think people give it credit. Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I think an all-white cast of Roots.
Okay. All right. I mean, we could just do any Spike Lee movie. By the way, real quick, just a little sidebar here. So NBA, I want to say it was 2K16. It may have been earlier than that, but Spike Lee was behind the story part of the the My Player, right? And every year,
this is the time when I go to the bathroom, right?
No, it is not. No, you sit right here. Anyway, every year I enjoy the 2K games, the NBA games, right? I like making my character, he may be a little taller, a little bit more athletic, whatever. But I really get into it. Like I really enjoy it. But this year, the Spike Lee year, right? He went out of his way to craft this story to make sure that like this story isn't for you. Like this isn't for you, white guy. Because first you live in Brooklyn with your black parents. I'm like, cool, I'm adopted. I'm adopted in real life. These things happen. And then like, oh, this is your sister. Okay, well, maybe maybe I was the only one adopted. Oh, by the way, it's your twin. Like, oh, okay. So we're really making sure that I can there's no place for me like in my head canon to be able to like fix the story to where I feel included. It was just for that though, like it's different than like just movies that you watch because it's so like involved with you. Like you feel so much more ownership over your created player, and for them to just be like, nah, that ain't for you, was just like, oh man, Ryan Reynolds, Malcolm X. Anyway, that was it. Just a little sidebar there. Anyway, you back?
I didn't really go anywhere. I had to listen to that sidebar.
It was interesting. I bet you never even thought about that.
Are you really going to make me read this?
I mean, where are you at? This version? Prometheus in chains, bringing images of slavery, adding a further layer of complexity to the Titan who suffered for humanity because it wasn't complex. It will be interesting to see how Amazon will use these casting choices to interpret. By the way, it's very interesting like how they pick and choose which part of history that is still relevant and they can still relate to. The story of the Titans in Greek mythology, it needs to be updated, right? But 200 300 years ago, that's still fresh on everyone's mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amazon will use these casting choices to interpret, critique, or expand Tolkien's world because it needed expanding. But as disgruntled fans might reason, if Amazon must have a diverse cast in this drama, why not stick to having actors of color playing? Oh, they're British. Look at that. That was a bad sign. Of color playing the characters who are dark-skinned in Tolkien's text. Why do you think that is, Culture? Why do you think that they didn't just stick to having actors of color playing the characters who are dark-skinned in Tolkien's text?
Because they're fucking evil.
Oh, okay. But that would perpetuate and reinforce the racialized view of good and evil in Middle Earth. Was the view of good and evil in Middle Earth racialized? Again, not a Tolkienologist, but I did watch The Lord of the Rings, the first two and most of the third. I got through like the first four endings. I'm like, I can't watch anymore. But like, content banana. I didn't know he had a channel. I'll subscribe to Banana. But like, I don't remember that the battle between about
and
the
evil?
yeah.
Look, you already had races. This is the other problem with it. You already had races in all of J.R.R. Tolkien's work, right? They were races of men, races of elves, races of hobbits, races of, this, that, and the other thing, right? So you had races of dwarfs. There were plenty of races. You didn't have to go and invent things based on the melanin content of someone's skin. You didn't have to. There was already enough there. In fact, one of the things they were trying to do was build, or he was trying to do, was build mythology around his corner of the world. And
Oh,
he
that's
used the
brought up.
themes he used the themes of his direct experiences during his fight in the war. So anyway,
Despite Tolkien's overall message of friendship and cooperation, and despite his raging against the Nazis, the face of evil in Middle Earth is invariably non-white, non-European.
right.
I was never sure that if the orcs were European or not.
I don't think that anybody was European, despite the fact that look, you can talk about allegory, not allegory. I'm gonna lose my mind. Why seriously you did it again?
I'm going easy. Tolkien's it's all downhill from here. Tolkien's portrayal of, I have some real fun things, of the orcs, legions of evil creatures, and the men who ally themselves with Sauron, the arch villain of Lord of the Rings, uses many stereotypes associated with Orientalism and the language of prejudice often found in literature from the era of British imperialism. Tolkien was born and grew up in the late Victorian and Edwardian periods. By the way,
Edwardian.
yeah, but by the way, I'm not a
Edwardian.
Yeah, Edwardian. I am not a Orientalologist, so I'm not like I don't know what those stereotypes were. Were they in the movies? Did I miss the Orientalism?
There was none of that existed in these things.
What about the language?
He created the language. The guy was a genius. He created entire languages that can be spoken and understood by people.
I mean, even geniuses can commit like microaggressions, whether they realize it.
You know what? Microaggressions is another made up piece of bullshit. Fuck that.
Reproducing this white non-white divide along moral line. I love how like they don't back up any of this shit.
Of course not.
But they throw it out, and then from then on, it's established. I said this. This is it. Reproducing this white non-white divide along moral lines would endorse a very old-fashioned and harmful equation of physical characteristics with moral choices. Oh man, I'm so glad Evil Max can't hear me, but no one else does that. Man, what's his name? Mariah Carey's married to. What's his name, dude? Oh man, come on, dude. Help me out, bro.
Mariah Carey?
Yeah, married to him. I think he may have been a rapper. He had Wilding Out on MTV. Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon, by the way. Definitely. Nick Cannon. He's married to Mariah Carey, or he was, but he definitely had some thoughts on physical characteristics with moral choices. And
really, what were they?
I'll send you the clip.
I'm not
even if we somehow knew what Tolkien.
How come every time they have to say even if? Because they know they're full of shit. This is how you know the writers are full of shit. Even if. Guess what? There is no even if. This is the way it was.
Yeah, Orientalologist. I was proud of that one. Even if we somehow knew what Tolkien would have thought about the new Amazon series, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Because fuck that guy.
The creator of this shit doesn't matter. You know,
should have kept the rights, bro. Should have came up with his own Amazon Prime.
Okay.
The author sold the rights to the Lord of the Rings during his lifetime and signed away his right to have. Wow, I did not know this. They were gonna justify his right to have a substantial influence over any new adaptation.
His own creation. Okay.
By the way, real quick, So a similar thing happened to the dude that wrote The Witcher, right? Like he sold the video game rights to Red CD Project.
CD
And,
Project Red.
That's the one. And either or, they go by both. You can Google it. But anyway, so he sold the rights to them video games because at the time he's like, video games, like there's no money in that, right? So sold it cheaper shit. And then The Witcher, the game series just blew the fuck up, especially Witcher 3. And here's what they did. They redid his deal and gave him a cut of the profit. They didn't have to. They legally they had all the rights.
It would have been in a position where they would have lost the rights, and then somebody else could have done the same thing. Instead, they tried to do what a good business person does and create an opportunity for a future relationship.
Like they could have went the whole like, we're gonna make a Fantastic Four movie in 1994 and have a little Mad Mardigan go to the video, like his local video store every day that whole summer saying, excuse me, as Fantastic Four came out, and being just demolished every time because it never came out. It was a sad time. Remember it very well. But some people, Tolkien was writing, quote, a mythology for England, unquote. Like they don't have enough already, King Arthur, anyone? And used myths and text from Germanic cultures that had nothing to do with people of color. That's what some people believe.
No, I believe it's fucking truth.
Well, I don't know if you've seen that Vikings Valhalla. Kattegat is ran by a I got 20 minutes in it, dude. I couldn't do it. However, Tolkien never actually referred to his own work in this way. This phrase was introduced by his biographer, Humphrey Carpenter, who I feel had a better understanding of him as a person.
Oh, God, please don't die in a fire, whoever's writing this.
In a 1950, I wouldn't recommend it. In a 1951 letter to a potential editor, Milton Walden, Tolkien stated, the letter was to Milton Waldman. Tolkien stated that he had intended to dedicate his work to England, but in the same letter also wrote that he wanted to leave space for other minds and hands to contribute to his mythology. The key being contribute, not bastardize and molest, but whatever. But why would audiences these days think of England as white anyway? What would lead us to that opinion, culture? What would make you think of England as being white historically?
Pretty much everything that's ever been there over time, with the very rare exception of a few other races that were traded with, et cetera, et cetera.
The country has become a vibrant melting pot of which people of color are very much a part of. Became. Yes. Why would
has become? That's not what it was. Again, they're changing it. This is the problem with the modernization of the shit. They are not. They write your own shit. If you want to have shit, write your own fucking shit. Don't take other people's shit.
You're gonna like this next. You're gonna like this next one. Why would a contemporary adaptation not reflect that? Does it take place in London? If not, why would it? Why would it reflect what's happening in, I don't know, this world versus that world, which seemed like it was a long time ago, or at least, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In any case, the idea that people of color were not part of Britain or Northern Europe in the ancient and medieval past is false. There's plenty of evidence of diversity in Roman Britain, for example. I mean, yeah, the what do they call them? The guys that had to fight, that they would take over a region or a country.
You're talking about conscripts.
Yep, conscripts. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure they were there.
Yeah, well, and you did have well, I'm not going to get into look, anthropologists will tell you that it was largely Anglo-Saxon that settled that region and were predominantly, if not almost entirely, of lesser melanin content.
Well, almost entirely leaves a little bit of wiggle room. As for the Vikings, they were not a homogenous or pure racial group, especially due to trade and raids. I don't like the way they said that. More recently, films such as Thor, based on the superheroes from Marvel Comics, show figures of Norse mythology played by black actors, Idris Elba and Tessa Thompson. Which, by the way, I like. I like Stringer Bell a lot. I think he's a phenomenal actor. Why should an adaptation of, and very underutilized in Thor, why should an adaptation of Tolkien's literary work not do the same? Thoughts? Any ideas why they wouldn't do the same with Tolkien's work?
Because you're going to have an entire fan base that will roundly reject it.
Yeah, but they get those woke points though, man. That's like gold on Twitter. Any new adaptation of such a beloved fantasy world as Tolkien's is bound to disappoint some of the more purist, quote unquote, fans. But adaptations are products of their times and a envisioning of the original material they are based on. I disagree with that a lot. Adaptations are not they are. There's a difference between it being able to be adapted using current day methods and technology and like just the way that we do film, for an example, right? But that does not mean that it's going to reflect, because like if you're doing an adaptation of a movie that takes place, we'll say the 40s, right? It's not going to look well, it will now, but it shouldn't look like it is modern day. Do you know what I mean? Like we'll call it a historical piece.
Look, what they would not like what I would do with something from like the late 30s, early 40s in, Europe. If we're gonna do this kind of stuff, they would not enjoy what I would do to their bullshit argument.
Once it airs, the new Amazon series will be critiqued by academics and fans alike for many of its choices regarding plot, characterization, and setting. But I feel like the settings will be Middle Earth. Just saying. But again, not a tokenologist, but judging the casting based on skin color and claiming Middle Earth as exclusively white is not just misguided, it clearly exposes what researcher Helen Young has called fantasy's, quote, habits of whiteness.
Oh, fuck. You know what? I'm done with this article right
Come
now.
on. One last paragraph. Has a popular element of 21st century culture, fantasy's issues with race, racism, and white privilege are subjects the genre has not yet fully addressed. Amazon's new series is a step in the right direction. This was written by Demetria Fimi, senior lecturer in fantasy and children's literature, co-director,
They don't
Center
know
for
shit. Look,
Fantasy and the
these
Fantastic.
are fucking academic fucktards that are Marxist influenced pieces of shit. God damn. Why do you do that?
What did I do? It's relevant.
No, it's not.
Topical.
It's Torture Culture Day.
Well, not days, an hour.
Okay, it's Torture Culture Hour.
Hold on. Here, just liven it up a little bit. I don't want you to actually die.
There's a poll.
Oh, is there a poll? What is the poll, man? I haven't been able to see the chat. I was over reading an article.
Do you suffer from habitual whiteness?
Man, I wish I could vote, but it wouldn't be fair. Oh, wait, hold on. So we have something special that I got to share from.
Somebody actually voted yes. Are you kidding me?
I would have voted yes. So this is from our super producer, Mr. Grant Gregory, who is our chief executive officer of technology, marketing, and diversities. And so this is something that he created.
It's Lionel.
I had to ask him if he repeated these. These are all
representative, inclusive, diversity, inclusive, included, representative, representation. Okay, cut.
Fun fact. Grant, what is it? How many times do they mention Tolkien? I don't know what that was about to come up, but I'm going to check it out later. I'm sorry, it's extremely choppy. You get what you get. But I think they got it. Once Tolkien was mentioned. One time Tolkien was actually mentioned in that. But
Like
wait. Oh, by the way, I know I'm not the best speaker on the tubes, right?
You're
but
not?
I do try to be I try to be conscious and aware of utilizing such. I forgot what the technical term is, like the filler words like.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
You're talking about the filling words when you're thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot the term for it, but anyway. So here we go. A little bit more fun. I'm starting to get an echo.
Jesus. Really?
Yeah, man. Nintendo's inhumane Virtual Boy testing process likened to a Clockwork Orange. By the way, anybody remember the Virtual Boy? Never had one. I tried it out at Walmart. Did not care for it.
No, it was a little rough for most people.
Yep. Earlier today, we I don't know who we is, reported on a new video from Did You Know Gaming that shines a light on the Virtual Boy F-Zero spinoff Zero Racers, which was once believed to be little more than a series of screenshots, but appears to have been totally finished. I have no idea what that is. The source is former Nintendo of America associate producer Jim Warnell, white guy, who, in the same interview, discusses the rather extreme testing process for the Virtual Boy console itself. When they were testing people out for Virtual Boy, they had us go through this. Did you ever see the movie Clockwork Orange? The scene where the person's pinned down in the chair and
is that your Jim Warnell voice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I'm nailing it.
Okay.
There's a little torture you can hear in the back of it, like
yeah.
They've got their eyelids open. That was kind of like what Virtual Boy testing was like. They would dilate our pupils. They would have us sit with our heads in this vice type thing, and they would shine lights in our pupils. They would have these plastic rods. They would have them just barely touching our eyes, and they would say, "Okay, no matter what, don't blink for a minute." They would put us under just the most bizarre test, just to make sure, to make sure the thing was safe to use. They would blow air into our eyes. They would have us play a Virtual Boy test kit for 10 to 15 minutes. Then we'd have to rest. Then they dilate our eyes again. 2 or 3 rounds of this, just bizarre, inhumane torture test, just to make sure this thing wouldn't kill me or blind me or whatever. But it was interesting. In case you're not aware, Clockwork Orange, 1962 book, Kubrick, and it was crazy. While Nintendo's methods do sound rather extreme, it was perhaps right for being conscious about the Virtual Boy. The system is famous for causing headaches after prolonged use, and when Reflection Technology, the company that created the virtual tech that made the system possible, met with Sega before eventually selling it to Nintendo, there were issues. Dude, do you not want to make a couple more bucks? Can you not expand on the whole, what were these issues that they had with Sega?
Well, here we go.
That sounds interesting.
Former Sega president Tom Kalinske explains as you scrolled by it.
Oh, it was on mine. I thought you did your own thing.
It wasn't me.
Come on the bell counter.
There was a quote I didn't get to read.
Sorry, I didn't know it was there. Hold on, I'm bringing it back up. Let's see here. What was that article called?
Bitchin' ain't Nintendo Life.
Yeah, something like that.
Nintendo World. It was the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, I should have it. It's right here.
Was it detachable penis?
No. By the way, Bob Lilly, the dude that did the whole dolphin and chick living together thing, he did a lot of ketamine. And one time he thought that these aliens from Echo, is this whole thing, came and like bloodlessly removed his penis and replaced it with like a robotic penis. He
Did-
worked for the government.
Did he ever
And
get stuck in a K-hole?
so he did the whole hydro like chamber thing. That was his. And he would do a shit ton of ketamine and go into that thing. He almost drowned, by the way,
Yeah,
one
you're-
time. Luckily,
you're talking about the oh wow, I just lost the term. What's it called? The something chamber.
the hydro,
No. It's
the hyperbolic chamber,
no. Hyperbolic.
hyperbolic. I just got that myself. Like Control Shift T.
What was it? It's with the absence of anything. It's not the Chamber of Secrets. The hell was that?
The void that you
Yeah.
must not stare in.
Sensory
stares back.
deprivation. Thank you. Sensory
Oh
deprivation.
yeah,
Yeah. They put a bunch of salt and water and you float.
yeah. Well,
And here
so
it
this.
is. This is the quote. Or you not want me to read it?
No, go ahead. Where's it at?
A big issue was when it was kids got sick, threw up, or fell over when using this. We couldn't take the chance.
But Nintendo's like, hold my beer. We'll make kids sick. We don't give a shit here. But by the way, real quick to finish that up, so like he almost drowned in that thing, but luckily his wife, who just read about CPR in TV Guide or some shit,
Brought him back.
yeah, was able to bring him back. Very interesting dude, Bob Lilly. You should check him out.
Yeah, and it wasn't he a man that stared. He was
No,
staring
not
at-
no, different guy. This guy's a different guy. This dude like gave acid to dolphins and shit. The whole point was to teach dolphins how to speak English so that we
How'd
could
that work
communicate
out?
with aliens. Well, there's conflicting reports. He had his intern stay with a dolphin in a like in a pool thing to teach the dolphin how to speak English. The dolphin like was really horny because it's a dolphin and wouldn't concentrate, so she ended up having so Peter fell in love. It was a whole thing. The government paid for this, by the way. This was a government funded experiment.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog
But
here.
believe it or not, it's actually because of him. The way that the way that people view dolphins changed. It went from them just being this big fish to being more so.
A big fish.
Yeah.
More of a big fish.
Yeah,
The
rapey.
results of the poll are in with 26 votes.
Ooh. What was the results?
The poll was: do you suffer from habits of whiteness? And the nah, bro, 53%. With
Yeah.
46%.
I feel like that checks out. Better than what Biden's looking at after that speech last night.
Yeah, less than 40%, depending upon who you look at. 41% at the highest. Oof,
Yeah.
rough.
Boy, man, I tell you what, dude, they are really doing overtime with the whole. When he was a kid, he struggled with a stutter and was made fun of. Like, motherfucker, like we have footage
Yeah,
of him
Yeah,
speaking
we have video
4
of
or
this
5
dude
years
talking.
ago. Like,
Yeah, this dude's cognitive decline is documented like
Yeah.
in real time. So let's
Like,
try again with that. Good try.
I've seen some clips of him speaking just a few years, and like
Yeah,
it is
and he
night
looks-
and day.
And he looks
Like-
so much different. Yeah.
Well, like he was actually really, I wouldn't say a well spoken. Like he was.
I think the hair plugs really did something to him.
Dude, did you see the video of him walking across the lawn at the White
Lawn.
House alone with
Yeah.
the N95 mask
Yeah.
on? I just wanted to put that music from Arrested Development, the sad music like from Charlie Brown when he's walking. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. No, not that one.
Oh.
The sidewalk here, I got it right here.
Hey, what's up, Rogue Disney?
Hey, Rogue Disney.
Sherry's here. Awesome one's here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you guys rolled in here.
Learned a lot of facts about pandas.
Ooh, pandas. Gotta love some
Yep.
pandas.
Here we go. This is what I'm talking about.
Walk in the adjoining lot to grieve both losses
Sorry, it popped out.
in private. And he made an interesting discovery.
Oh, he broke his ankle.
Pop, pop.
But he knew the truth. She was kissing his brother.
This song. That's the one. Like, because they have that
That's-
playing.
Christmas time is here.
I don't know.
Christmas time is here.
So Sean, that would be the first I'm hearing of this. Figure out what with Ukraine. I was listening to Tim Pool, not the whole, his videos are way too long. Like, it's like 25 minutes, but like he's already like, it takes him 10 minutes to get to the topic that came to listen about. And then like it's 5 minutes and then it's like 15 minutes of, it's the culture like method of doing videos. Right. But, oh yeah, we made pretty good progress this weekend. Anyway, he thought that he said Uranians rather than Iranians, but I listened to it earlier and it's Iranians
Instead of Ukrainians.
Yeah. Not that big of a difference. It got the right hemisphere. Like give him partial credit.
Yeah, you had Kamala behind him going, Ukrainian.
Dude, what have they explained Nancy Pelosi's fucking mitt rubbing thing?
Dude, remember the weird shit she would do behind Trump during the speeches? I mean, this bitch is disconnected from humanity. Seriously.
That weirded me out when I saw that. I was like, I do not. By the way, man, we're talking a lot of politics today, huh?
It's your fault.
I got another article if you want to check it out.
Oh, dude.
Shit.
It's 15
Dude, come on.
minutes
Dude, I gave you the Virtual Boy as a buffer,
long.
right?
No. Is this
It's not that
worse
bad.
than that? You said that about the first one. Oh, fucking Star Wars. God damn. Okay. 5 reasons why you should try Star Wars, the Let's Get High Republic middle grade novels. Let's get to the
Already
reasons.
fun.
Let's get to the reasons.
Okay, I'll skip this. Who's this interesting non-bland character?
The self-insert is Vernestra Vern Rowe. 2
God,
words. Reason number 1 to watch. I feel like Dave right now. Reason number 1 to watch these Star Wars high repugnant novels or read them. In 2 words. Vernestra Rowe. Vernestra Rowe is one of the greatest Jedi in the High Republic. Of course she is.
Hold on, I just want to look again. Definitely looks capable of Jedi shit. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe let's see. What does a picture of that author who wrote that look like? I'm just curious. Anyway,
Less green.
and maybe I don't know. They're pretty green writers, to be honest with you. But anyway, the High Republic. And if you're not reading the middle grade novels, you're not getting her full impact. Well, good, because
I mean, this is my first impact from her.
yeah, I feel very impacted by this. Like that. Wow, I ate a bad clam. Anyway, Vernestra Rowe is one of the more popular characters from Let's Get High Republic. According to who?
What? Like, how do you even like? How do you quantify that?
But in my opinion, she's also one of the most important. She's the epitome of a character who always tries to do what is right, made more complicated by the fact that she is still a teenager.
Wow, never heard that before. What a new and
Thanks, Ray. I mean, how many of us who were convinced at age 16 we knew everything now look back and just realize just how little we did know? Now imagine making the kind of life and death decisions that Vernestra finds herself faced with, and how admirably she reacts in the face of difficulty. By the way, they're not making anybody a Jedi Master at the age of 16, just FYI.
Well, now we don't know if she's a Jedi Master.
Okay. Granted, she has a lifetime of Jedi training behind her.
Lifetime?
Yeah. At 16. But it's impressive nonetheless. None of which means she is without doubt. She has plenty, which speaks to her maturity. She knows well enough to know she doesn't know everything.
Wow, that
Navigating-
fucking sentence.
Hey, these writers, I'm telling you, they are very green. She knows well enough to know she doesn't know everything. Navigating those challenges while still rising above obstacles makes Vernestra a fascinating character who embodies what being a Jedi is all about. Bullshit. And in both Star Wars, the highly repugnant, The Test of Courage, and Mission to Disaster, both by Justina Ireland. I knew it. Pull up a picture of Justina Ireland and then pull up a picture of Vernestra.
All right, Justina. I wish we had like some like person that could
We
do
don't have
these
a
things.
producer. Yeah.
Yeah. You may be surprised by this.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to stop sharing that and then share this. Here we go. Oh, I can't bring up the other one to compare. But
Oh, I'm sorry. She's the cover in Out of the Shadows. Yeah. And she's also in that other book.
yeah, oh really? Wait. Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And she has the social justice haircut.
Of course. I actually like this haircut a lot better on her.
And she is exactly as you would imagine she is and behaves exactly the way you expect her to behave.
Oh, respectful and open to hearing like a diverse
No.
like opinions and
No, she is terrible.
from people that may
and-
not agree with
she
her.
is- She is
politically.
agenda-driven Marxist, like almost everybody in Lucasfilm story group.
We watched this video last night from Wisecrack that straight up said MLK was a socialist. Actually, Jesus made him a socialist, and it was bananas, dude. Like they took one sentence from a letter that he wrote to his wife, which, by the way, we went and read, got the full context, because it was like capitalism, blah blah blah, socialism, right? Is way they try to make it. Oh, he's more of a socialist than a capitalist, right? But then the next sentence is like, but fuck that shit. Like I'm like 100% against like Marxism and stuff. But yeah.
Kumquat Kip is in the house telling us kumquats have
Hey.
sweet thin skin that can be eaten. Yes.
What is happening with this whole fruit thing?
I don't know, but I'm kind of hungry now. Got bananas, kumquats. We need orange. Where is there no orange in here? Anyway,
Orange, you glad we have Comcroc?
I would like, right now, like a good nectarine would be good too, or
Yeah.
a navel orange. Okay, anyway, scroll the fuck out of this. I'm done with this part.
Oh,
Go.
okay. All right. You done with this one? Okay.
Yeah, character number 2 of the highly repugnant era.
Ooh, look who it is again.
Oh, young people who fight back with smarts and humor.
How innovative and original.
I have a confession to make. Although I just spend time lauding Vernestra, Avon Staros might be my favorite High Republic character. Of course.
Wait, did she not just say?
Hey, it's because she's not a Jedi, man. In fact, she is often the first to side-eye their decisions or question their wisdom because Avon, I don't care, bases her view of the galaxy in science, which is not always consistent with the Jedi. It's refreshing to have a character with this outlook, especially such a young one amidst the Jedi who are so revered during this time period. Another of my favorite Jedi is Padawan Ram Jimmeram.
Ram Joma Ram?
That's right. And if you are a WCBS regular, Jammeram is one of the things that Jeff plays during the course of the stream. If you happen to
Are
be
they
on there
fucking with us?
No,
Are they
that's
just fucking with us?
No, that's Jammeram. I shit
That-
you not. Have you,
They
you,
named someone?
I thought you've been on Jeff's
No,
channel.
of course I have. Yeah. I'm the co-host. What I'm saying though,
Didn't he run Jammeram?
well, High Republic hasn't came up, but like, no, my question was like, did they really write a character named Ram Jama Ram?
Jammeram. Yeah, he looks like you think, like he ate like a whole barrel of jam too.
And no one said, question, are we fucking with people, or like, are we taking this seriously?
I'm not taking any of this serious. This
No,
is
like,
highly repugnant for a reason.
The writers and like the writing group that they have, with dinosaurs and diversity, also maybe some Jedi shit.
Okay, so this was reason 2. Let's get to reason 3 because we need to.
Wait, no, but Jama Ram, he manages to combine a zest for life with a lack of zest for fighting.
This is
I've read about
also-
this dude.
This is
This is
also
a guy that likes to cook.
and this is the guy that this is the guy that's written by absolutely the worst human being on the planet, Daniel Jose Older.
Ram is also technically minded. It's ironic that 2 of my favorite the High Republic characters are this way, as I decidedly am not. That is ironic. It's like 1,000 spoons when all you need is a knife.
I'm done with it.
Okay. Shudder to think what Ram and Avon could get up to if their paths ever crossed. While Ram appears in whatever. All right, I'll get to the next one. Ooh, here we go. Who wrote this one?
The
Oh
art
my
is
gosh.
shit. What happens here affects what happens elsewhere.
Okay.
Those of us who work on, she works on the highly repugnant, so it's not like she doesn't have an influenced opinion.
Oh, this comes from somebody that is actively working on the thing that she's oh my
scouting.
god.
Yeah. Those of us who work on the highly repugnant do our best to keep it so if you only read one format, you get a complete story. But it's nonetheless true that reading all formats, you get an even fuller picture of what's going on in the galaxy. Mission to Disaster is especially important in that regard, as it contains hints to the happenings in Phase 2 and even sets some things up for Phase 3.
Wait, phase 2 takes place like what, 100 years before the High Republic or some crazy shit?
I don't care. It also gives a closer look at the Halcyon towing the Starlight Beacon. That's right, the Star Cruiser that you get to go take a $6,000 vacation on, towed the Starlight Beacon.
But for the record, though, there is no $20,000 room.
Yes, there is.
No, well, you need to go watch Clownfish TV.
What did they
It's
say?
like 15,000, I think, is the highest that they.
No. That's the highest that they've been able to confirm the price of.
Right. Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah.
When you get to the holidays, that room goes up in value.
Correct. Right. Because
who cares? Fucking okay.
Something referred to in Star Wars: The High Republic, The Fallen Star, but is seen unfolding in the middle grade novel. Because that's what I'm reading, like an adult novel, right? Not like, adult, but like one that's written for grown folk. And then to get more of the story, I have to go read a fucking book written for a 13-year-old. Like,
or
wow.
less. Yeah. Because remember, we're introducing kids to sex at 10 now. Number 4 for the reasons that she thinks that you should be reading her books that she's involved in. Great action set pieces accompanied by great art. Where's the great art? I have seen none. If Star Wars action is where it's at for you, then don't worry. Middle grade storytelling doesn't let you down. The interior piece by the way, I was reading Edgar Rice Burroughs when I was 10.
Right.
You would have caught me dead reading this bullshit.
Also, Anne Frank is highly overrated.
The interior piece. Well, I was also reading the Silmarillion when I was 12, but let's not get going there.
I read the Bible.
The interior art piece. Well, I had to read the Bible every Sunday starting at age 6. Why are we doing this right now?
Well, the NRSV.
RESPECT. The interior art piece from Mission to Disaster, seen above, shows Venestra attempting to use the Force. She's attempting to use Force to ward off a stampeding herd of Bool sauce.
Who is coming up with these names for shit?
While her shuttle takes off without her on board, will she save the day and get to the ship in time? Well, of course she will. She is all powerful and female, so of course she will. You'll just have to read the book to find out. No, I won't. I can already predict what happens. She saves the day.
What a shit title. A Test of Courage and Race to Crash Point Tower. What? Epic action scenes, beautifully illustrated in full color by Peter Anton Sarsalan.
There are no stakes in Disney Star Wars. None. Anyway, in Star Wars, the High Republic, you're riding a fucking computer or droid. What the fuck was that?
This is the last point.
The droid they're driving. Oh,
What
of course,
is
Daniel Jose Older. It's a fucking droid.
What are these little gremlin looking motherfuckers?
I don't know.
And is this Ramaram?
It might be Jamarama Pam Badam Badam Ding Dong. Look at the little monkey thing clinging onto the boot there. The little this butterfly.
Does he have like a
There's a bunch of butterfly lizards on there. Look at all those butterfly lizards.
I was looking at the Peacemaker revolver holster that she has here from like 1884. Is that where she holds her lightsaber?
Yeah, and I'm not sure that holding a lightsaber like right in this moment is the best maneuver in the world.
Deflecting the blaster bolts.
Clearly, I see that happening. Okay, go ahead.
Look at this guy though. Safety first, man. Goggles on, gloves. Yep. Boots.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. Oh no, you're right, Ken Jack Ben. You're correct. Yeah, we did, but see, when it started, I had to read the Bible. Then I got to read the Bible. It changed, but I mean, when you're a kid, you're not necessarily inspired to read a book that's that dense. But anyway,
I think I got a new Bible like every 2 or 3 years, but it would be like a Bible that was like designed specifically for me at that age. So like when I'm like 13 or 14, it was like how not to have sex before you're married Bible. I don't remember the name of it, but you get what I'm saying. We can move on. And like 16 is like, stop doing drugs, stop smoking the weed.
You just skipped past it. I was reading it.
Here we go. I'm back.
Middle grade stories examine themes that are fundamental to Star Wars and to our own lives. Let's indoctrinate the kids. Okay. All right, here we go. In an interview at Star Wars Celebration in 2017, George Lucas spoke about a few important life qualities and lessons that relate to Star Wars. Again, this is after he'd already sold it. Friendship, honesty, trust, and doing the right thing. Well, that's pretty much what you should do throughout your whole life.
Sounds like Dragon Sound to me.
Those are touchstones of publishing for younger readers as a whole, with good reason, as they are so essential to our development. And when it comes to Star Wars books in particular, I like to think that our middle grade storytelling is where you can find some of the clearest examples of those themes. Yeah, but he didn't have the story group bullshit pieces of crap that are there now.
Yeah, never had any dinosaurs.
Yeah. And let's face it, friendship, honesty, trust, and doing the right thing are important issues to examine throughout our lives, not just as children. I hope if you've been resistant to checking out Let's Get High Republic and the other Star Wars novels for younger readers, this list has given you a curiosity to give them a try. You are all repugnant, I guess. I don't know.
This list has given you a curiosity to give them a. Okay, could have had a second. Past that.
Oh, yeah.
What time is the dump?
It's coming up.
All right.
I feel dumpy. So did YetiCast today during the stream. Holy
NRSV, I think is so I've read a lot of Joel Hoffman's work on he is an expert in like ancient Hebrew and translations and all that stuff. Like he goes really into detail on it, and he recommends the NRSV, and he goes over like the different like translation like problems with the King James, and then how the newer versions are like lean too heavily on that, and repeating the same.
Are we doing like Bible talk right now?
I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, you're talking about the translations and the
yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Joel M. Hoffman, I believe it's Joel M. Hoffman. Real fast, like really real smart guy. Very, very good read. It's not as like academic in his writing as say like Bert Ehrman, because he can get a little.
Bert and Ernie?
No, Bert Ehrman. He specializes.
They were on Sesame Street.
No, he specializes in synonymous writings in the New Testament, specifically like with the letters from Paul.
I'm not comfortable with the results of that poll.
What kind of fruit is Culture Casino? Wookie berry, hairy kiwi fruit, rambutan?
Rambutan.
What one? Oh, Wookie berry.
I guess so. The dump is in 30 minutes, everybody.
Yeah, okay, 30 minutes. So let's do this thing, man. I think we had a good episode, bro.
This was great. I had so much.
We learned a lot.
And I learned that not to trust you when you say you're not going to make me want to, find a building to jump on.
I gave you a bump. I gave you like a buffer between those two. That's something I normally don't do.
Yes, that's
Oh,
true.
one last question, I guess. Lessons learned. Hey, panel, how far away from government enforced purchasing are we? Can you give a simple explanation of how much longer Disney can keep up the facade, or are they profitable now? Government enforced purchasing. That's interesting. Like,
I think we're well on the way.
yes, that is one of his. Yeah, I've read several of his books.
I think we're very close to starting to see some of that stuff happen, and you're going to see a massive, revolt against it. They know what they're headed for. They think they are ready for it. They clearly aren't. They can't even handle a mid-level conflict in the in a particular region of the world. So we'll have to see. And I think the being exposed as they were in Canada didn't help their cause at all. And now that people are identifying that a particular forum, if people are associated with that, they're going to absolutely not elect those candidates in the future. But
bye, Kip.
He's going off for Amazon delivery. Okay, Yeti. But the answer to the second part, in the last quarter, they did show positive money. But they are still massively in debt. They took on at least $40 billion in mid-level to unfavorable debt, and they need to climb out from underneath that. And Chapek is going to try to spend his way out of that and cost cut and destroy the theme parks that they have basically relied on as their cash cow, right? Just exactly what Miller did before they had to bring in Eisner to fix the company. So there you go.
So to sum that up, put your money in NFTs. I don't know. By the way, are you going to see the Batman, the Bitman? I
was gonna see it on Sunday, but since I'm going to be traveling extensively over the course of the next several days, or starting Friday, I don't think I'm going to end up seeing it. I think that I don't have enough downtime on Sunday to make that work.
So Tom came into the Speakeasy last night, by the way. Y'all need to check out the Speakeasies. They've been really doing well. Well, everybody in the chat, they need to check it out too. But Tom came in and
I heard that.
Man, he was so almost apathetic to them. Like he's not high on it, he's not low on it. He's like, you know what I mean? He's like, it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it simply is.
He was like, yeah, it was meh.
Yeah.
He said he stood the last 20 minutes to half an hour of the film in the hallway.
Well, that's because he had a bad seat, though. Same thing happened to me with Spider-Man. Like I was in the front, but I was like, well, the recliner seats, they lean back. It can't be that bad. Holy shit, was it bad, bro?
Don't sit that close to the screen.
Well, I didn't have a choice. There wasn't many left, and comics division, who I guess forgot about me. I've been leaving notes underneath his windshield wipers on his car before he goes to work in the morning. But anyway, I guess he's forgotten about me. I haven't been invited back on, but I'm hoping if I see the Bitman tomorrow, I'll be able to sneak my way in. I know what theater he always goes to, so that's easy. I just got to wait there all day until he shows up.
All right.
Too easy. All right, let's get out of here, guys.
You definitely should rotate his tires, then he'll remember you.
Get some of his hair from the brush, or leave him anonymous letters. Grant, you got anything, brother, before we get out of here?
Yeah.
By the way,
are you done editing video for tomorrow?
No, on all accounts.
Awesome.
Okay. Make sure to check out the Matchplanation Animal Kingdom. It's fun. It's funny. I think I did a good job with it.
I thought it was very informative. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. Well, you'll learn a lot. If you're familiar with Street Smarts, I mean, as much as you learn on Street Smarts.
Yeah. It is a Street Smarts learning experience.
Yep. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week right here on this channel. So no longer going to be over in casinos, and I think it's just because he doesn't, want to do that little bit of extra work of setting it up, even though I found on the articles.
Listen now, Mr. Kansas Law Dog. Law don't go around here. Savvy?
Hey, Law Dog. Law don't go around here.
I need to update this.
Law Doggy. Law don't go around here.
I want you to know it's over.
So the Lord does go around here now.
Well, bye.
Hey, Grant, can you remind me that I need to update that thing? Like, that's not even my Twitter handle.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's basically the same thing. If people search for that,
Yeah.
they'll eventually find you.
Well, maybe if maybe you can take care of that